Hey everybody, it's Ali here from Apple Zucchini Performance Nutrition for another Nutrition Tip Tuesday. Do I need to count calories? Well, that depends, and that's a cop-out answer, but what I want you to consider about yourself is, 1, am I going to count calories for the rest of my life? 2, how am I going to count calories? Am I going to use an app? Is that app accurate? They're inherently inaccurate is my answer to that. And actually, they're the main 2. There's probably not a 3. But what I want you to understand about calorie counting is that yes, it's super effective in the same way that getting a new Fitbit or something like that will be super effective for a short term in terms of you saying, oh, I hit my 10,000 steps today and I'm going to keep doing that. Humans are really good at latching onto something for a little while and then falling off the wagon. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So my main message here is, if you're someone who's going to get caught up in counting the calories and it might negatively impact the way that you're approaching food and your relationship with food, forget it. Don't worry about it. You don't need it. What you need to do is just eat healthily consistently, and over time that change will occur. So if you are someone who loves data, what I think you need to understand is that you're probably not going to count calories forever. So perhaps you make a deal with yourself that you'll count calories for a period of time and then set a longer term goal to wean yourself off the numbers and get yourself to a point where you're eating more intuitively. And this is kind of the stage of a relationship I have with a client where I call it a breakup. It's a sad time, but it's also a really happy time, because what someone will end up with, regardless of whether they started counting calories or not, is they'll end up at a state of intuitive eating where they might start having breakfast and then realize that they don't want to finish their breakfast, so they don't. And that's fine, because maybe they didn't train yesterday and that's their body's way of saying, hey, you don't really need those calories. And when we break up as client and practitioner, often those clients will come back once every 6 months or maybe even once a year, just for a touch point, just to make sure they're still on the health train and still doing really well. But that intuitive eating is really important, and that doesn't come with counting calories. And I think, as I said initially, the first and key point is that counting calories can be hugely inaccurate. It can be really effective in the short term, but I think you need that full picture of understanding, and also figuring out whether you're that sort of addicted personality who's going to get really caught up on the numbers to the point where you can't eat out with friends or you can't enjoy an ice cream or something like that. Figure out who you are, figure out whether it's going to work for you. Chat to me if you like, but this is kind of a really interesting line to cross or not cross, and I think you have to be prepared for the outcome of that. So that's my tip. Figure out what sort of person you are before you decide that you're going to count calories. There are plenty of other ways to reach your health goals. Thanks guys, I'll see you next week for another Nutrition Tip Tuesday.